So I just know you, although you know me for a longer time, as you say, but I know you of recent. And in that recent also, recent time also, since I've met you, I think we have become very, very close and we share something so much in common. That's why I wanted to call you on this platform so you can share your wonderful journey and inspire everyone in not one way, but so many ways. So what I see in you is like, ever since you have joined continuously, I'm seeing that you are sending me a message every day, something or the other. There's some interaction daily from myself to you or you to me. So that shows our very, very close bond. Of course, for everyone else, Rohit, Dr. Rohit is super duper, what do you call it? Implementation of all what we have learned, all that we have learned in everything. Dr. Rohit, you are implementing, whether it be DYL, Design Your Life, or Siddha Samadhi Yoga, or Scope Camps, or the Success Queue, or even the Infant Siddha program. Of course, that video we will show everyone, uh, maybe after the segment intending time. But otherwise, you have been implementing everything, and that shows you're very, very sincere student. You tell, yes, your parents this course about 27 years back, and that was that you will share. But uh, so probably you did the children SSY now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I did it, but I didn't take it seriously that time.
No, but
Uh,
then which child takes it seriously? I don't expect any child to take it seriously. When they do children SSY, they are children and they just do it, and because mummy daddy ने डाला है तो कर लेते हैं. कुछ तो किया, कुछ तो mummy daddy feels more happy than the child. The child just enjoys. It was a nice picnic, that sort of thing. And but the seeds are planted that time, and that's what has happened, and that's what we can see it now. So I'm so happy to have you here. I will be asking various questions. I'll leave it for that only. So let Kapila have a. But all I want to tell everyone is whoever is here will learn a lot, will be inspired a lot. And yes, something like, I saw the pamphlet you have made. So you're a doctor with not a normal, typical doctor, with a MBBS or with this degree or that degree. You're a doctor which really, really cares for the person, cares for the patient. I would not call patient, but cares for the one who comes in front of you. So that makes you so different, so beautiful. If the doctor really, really, I mean, although you have so much skills as a doctor, but with that, the heart is there and you really care for the person, that makes you, that makes the ordinary doctor extraordinary. So that's what I see in you. And I don't see it just because everyone is like this. I say it because the way we have interacted in the last few months, that's how I say it. And I saw your pamphlet, which I'll speak about when we start. So Kapila, you can start. Yeah.
Dr. Rohit Modi is an ophthalmologist with more than a decade of experience. He has operated more than 10,000 eye surgeries, ranging from complex retinal surgeries to customized cataract surgeries. He has got training from leading institute in India and USA. He's a fellow of Royal College of Surgeons and International Council of Ophthalmology. Dr. Rohit believes in holistic approach to eye care. I think that's what Manoj ji was mentioning about. And along with providing solution to eye problem, he focuses on root cause of the ailment. His fitness plan, especially for diabetic eye disease patient, has helped innumerable patients in cutting down on medications. Along with his wife, he provides complete eye care solution at Santra Clinic and Hospital in Malad East, Mumbai. He has a clinic and hospital which is specialized in treatment of our senses. Internationally trained doctors focuses on eye, skin, along with ear, nose, and throat treatment. That is his somebody introduction. Welcome you, Rohit ji, for this platform. Thank you so much for joining us. Because when people like you who come who are typically from a science background and they share about their inner sadhana, people could relate more with it. That left and right brain can be activated, both saved at the same time. Right. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rohit ji. Thanks.
Yeah. So Rohit, so what we can do is, I would suggest, that you just share your story from childhood to now in about 10-15 minutes, how you became a doctor, what inspired you to be a doctor, and whatever you do, and your whatever you have experienced so far. And then we'll start the question answers, myself, Kapila, Vijay, all of us, whatever we know. I will start with that only. And I've got your pamphlet also here, this one. So,
Oh, wow.
one I wanted to speak about whenever you finish with your introduction.
Jai Gurudev, thank you, sir. And one small thing I wanted to share that, whenever I used to see synergy, and one thought came in my mind that, I will be there once. This has come true so quickly. So
Wow.
it is absolutely amazing.
No,
And
in fact, I thank Kusum. She told me that why don't you have, it had not struck me, but when she told me, I said, yeah, yeah, immediately in my mind, I said, yes, of course we will have.
Kusum Didi is absolutely awesome like you. So, my journey started, for SSY. 2.5 years back, I, came across a concept of diabetes reversal through diet. And I always thought, as I have been taught that diabetes, heart disease, these chronic ailments are lifelong. We cannot reverse them. Probably we can get them under control. And that used to be the aim for me for most of the diseases I treat for retina, because these conditions affect the retina a lot. Diabetes, hypertension, something wrong with the heart or the kidney. And one of the friends told me that, if you follow a particular kind of dietary lifestyle, and that time I came across low-fat vegan diet. And one of the doctors who's pioneer for low-fat vegan diet is Dr. Dean Ornish. And I happened to read his book, which was titled as Just Do It. And he has a program which is FDA approved and also approved for getting insurance coverage in the US, where he takes his patients for a retreat where he teaches them mindful meditation, which is our samadhi meditation, breathing exercises, which is basically pranayama, a diet focusing on raw food, and there are a lot of spiritual discussions to reduce the stress. And I remember my father telling me for last 27 years that you start doing meditation, you do SSY, and you will get a very different feel of life. You will start enjoying life. And I used to agree with him, externally, but internally I used to feel like, यार भी meditation क्या है, 15 मिनट बैठना है, आँख बंद करके, वो तो मेरा short naps होते रहते हैं, so वही रहेगा. And 10 days course कैसे करना? But after I read the book, I thought, yeah, if somebody in the US is able to reverse heart diseases, and he has proven it using angiography. He has, reversed early stage cancer, and we doctors believe in evidence. And I read his research papers also, which was quite authentic. I was like, I need to do this. And luckily, that time Papa told me that you're doing it on Zoom. I said, wow. And my first acquaintance, my first teacher was Rajesh sir. He's always
Wow,
smiling.
what is your dad's name? Daddy's name?
Mr. Ramesh Modi.
Ramesh Modi. Yes.
Yeah, and that time, uh, I did this 10 days course of SSY, and this was absolutely amazing. Simple things in life which can be implemented, actually actionable. I had done a few months back another course, I would not name it. It was very similar to SSY. They spoke about spirituality, like, leader, follower, or I am responsible, or I am nobody, but it felt like it was a bouncer for me, and SSY made it like a nursery child for me, and I
Yes, yes.
always kept.
I know what you're talking about also.
Yeah. So and it was a one-to-one interaction that we could ask any question. Ashwini Ma was there, and Rajesh sir was there. It was such a they are so smiling, calm. They would answer all the queries. Some days I had to travel, so I could, I requested and I could attend the evening session where Dipesh Bhai and Narendra sir was there, and everybody was so helpful. If I missed some part of the session, they would actually take up the effort to call me up and discuss that part. And I'm like, amazing dedication they have. And those 10 days, I was in high vibrations. Also, at home, we have a very spiritual environment. My mom is quite spiritually inclined. So, a lot of things what mom was teaching us, I could understand in a much better way. It's like solving a mathematics equation by two ways so that we understand it better. And
In
after,
fact, I heard
yeah,
that your mother is also having thousands and thousands of followers, and
yes, 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 sir.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And
you can share about her little later on also. And
absolutely,
if she is
yeah.
available, she can come for a few minutes, because then someday we'll have it with her also. That way.
Sir, I'm in the clinic, or she was very happy that I have a synergy with you. She was very happy.
Okay.
And she's very happy the way she has seen a change that I'm getting associated with SSY. She
Yeah.
says, when I was doing DYL and I'm doing like TSC now with ISP also, she's absolutely excited. She feels that I'm
Uh,
doing the
her
right thing.
her tapas has come true.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I always believe that I and my brother could become doctors because of our parents' sacrifice. So that is it. So SS5 10 days was absolutely amazing. In fact, uh, I really do not know how many patients have done it, but a lot of people who have done it after I have told them like a prescription, they've always come and thanked me that it was a wonderful 10 days thing. Only challenge with SSY is that unless and until we stay in touch, uh, and that I realized in last 2 years that if I require to exercise every day, if I am required to eat healthy, I need something for my mind and my soul. So being in satsang is very, very important,
Right.
and that is what DYL is. So again, Rajesh sir called me up and convinced me to join DYL. Again, DYL is a wonderful platform, and again and again, everybody was talking about TSC. But TSC I found very challenging, 5:30 to 8:30 videos on, and COVID was not there, so working hours had started. But then I spoke to you, I shared my challenges with you, and you reassured me that, you just join the course.
Yeah.
We had a small Zoom chat before TSC. Rupali ji had connected me with you.
Right.
Yeah, and TSC, the best thing is I've become so consistent. I have completed my first cycle of LIA now.
Wow.
And the small things you tell, they are so powerful, so powerful. That sending that Leah 1 minute SMS has made me so consistent with my whole day routine.
About that, I'll come to a little later about
Sure, sure.
Siddha. So we'll use the full terms, Dr. Rohit, that
Sorry. Yeah,
Siddha Samadhi Yoga, design your life,
yeah,
the success cue, so people get it. But now I
yeah.
want to know about your journey, about you being a doctor, what made you choose being a doctor, and then the I part, and then some tips on the. We'll come to this part, all our part,
Sure.
little later. But
Yeah.
first, technically, and about the eyes, you say something, and then I will ask you about the case studies. But uh, about the eyes also, I will ask you something. But you share your journey from childhood to being an eye doctor, and 10,000 surgeries you have done. What was your understanding of these so many surgeries and all that? That
So, as a child, I would say, my focus was only playing outside and in sports a lot. And studies, I got sincere once I got into junior college in Ruparel. Ruparel is supposed to be a very good college for science students, and you get toppers of people coming from all over Mumbai. And I had come through sports over there, so there I realized the importance of being sincere and focused. And I was actually studying to become an engineer, and I gave my medical entrance just for fun because my brother had scored a. So I gave medical entrance just to prove a point that I could score better than my brother, and I didn't do that, but I scored enough to get into a government medical college on merit, and then a lot of people convinced me that since you're getting a a free medical seat, why are you leaving it? And it's a prestigious thing, and the life of a doctor is very exciting.
Dr. Rohit, he was speaking about Dr. or Dion Arish, you know. So I remember Guruji has referred about Dr. Uh, Dean Ornish and our Dr. Hiramit from Pune. He himself, after doing SSY Siddha Samadhi Yoga, he also conducted reversal of heart disease like Dr. Dion Ornish. He also got fantastic results. In fact, if Jagdish ji is there, he can share a little on that because they are in constant touch with Dr. Hiramit. So, Jagdish ji, you can add a few lines on that research which Dr. Hiramit that did it, inspired by Dr. Dion Ornish. Till then,
Yes,
Rohit ji will
yes,
start.
Dr. Rohit, I would like to share with you Dr. Jagdish Hiremat, from a cardiologist from Pune, Ruby Nursing Home. He, with Pune Hospital, arranged a program reversing heart diseases. He was inspired by that Dr. Dean Ornish book of reversing heart diseases. And he conducted in collaboration with you, our Siddha Samadhi Yoga, we had a number of years we conducted program of reversing heart diseases. And he collected sample, then published papers in the medical research papers in medical science journals, and the results were amazing. That is the in the in the photographs we could see the blockages removed, blockages in the arteries of the heart. So the reversal effects were seen when Siddha Samadhi Yoga was applied along with aerobic exercises and diet plans and other techniques that Dr. Jagdish Hirimat organized, all put together. But he himself went through this SSY program and was very much inspired to uh, make it a part of that reversing heart disease program. It's still going on in Pune Hospital, Pune. Just for sharing an information with you, Doctor. Very nice to listen to you, your experiences, Dr. Rohit.
Yes, continue. Thank you, Jagdish.
That I got into the prestigious LV Prasad Eye Institute that is based in Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, and other couple of places. It's one of the premier most eye institutes in the world. And the whole philosophy over there was that whoever walks in the hospital, whether they can pay or they can't pay, it is immaterial. They get the same level of care. And that has been going on for last, I guess, 36 years. So we could, even do some eye transplants or complex surgeries, which would be costing till even 1 lakh rupees for completely free of cost if the patient just said the patient is not affording. The patients, need not actually produce a ration card or any income proof over there. And the founder is Professor Dr. G.N. Rao. He and he has imbibed that principles even in the mentors over there. And the best thing about the training over there was my mentors always felt that at the end of the training, you could replace me in the OPD and the surgeon room.
Wow.
Yeah. So I still remember the discussions which I had with my mentor, and the mentorship still goes on. I still connect to him every 15-20 days. Even for small things, we do connect. So he's kind of a mentor for life. He's become more like a friend now. And so it was an amazing experience. I also continued over there as a consultant for some time before coming back to Mumbai.
So
And
when I'll ask you a question about eyes. According to you, so many people come with eye problems and all. What is your reason? What do you think is the cause of that, according to you?
So, two things which patients come to me. One thing is, I have seen a lot of patients who have come to me, especially people who are like, in the younger and the middle age group.
Yeah,
They come for symptoms such as, headache or eye strain, and lot of them is stress related,
yeah.
or somehow they are not, getting their life balance right. And the other section, especially the ones who have crossed 50,
Yeah.
a lot of them are coming with uh, associated chronic illnesses. And somewhere, in last 2.5 years, I've realized the root cause is unhealthy lifestyle. And that's where I believe that the holistic approach could make a difference.
So I just one day I will check my eyes through you. Okay. I don't know when, but
Uh,
I remember when I was in school and in college, I used to have these specs. My number was 2.5 at that time. Okay. The you can't see far that way. So 2.5, I remember where driving with glasses and seeing movies with glasses. And I did Siddha Samadhi Yoga 88. Okay. And uh, 89. I don't know when, but 2.5 one day my broke my specs. So I had to go and repair it. And when I had to go and repair it, it became two number. And then after say 6, 8 months or something, I lost my specs and I had to go back and do the again number, and it became 1.5. And then again something happened and I had to do it again. So it became one. And then thereafter, I have never worn specs. It's been now, I don't know how many years, 30 years or 25 years. I have not worn specs. The reading specs did come about, I think, 4 or 5 years back. So then reading specs came. So my people would ask me, and I would always share this in my introduction of Siddha Samadhi Yoga when I was introducing that. So what I did, I don't know. Now you can tell me whether I did proper or not proper. But all I did were two things I remember very distinctly doing. Thing is, if I was finding some strain in reading something, I would not strain. That was one thing I did. I would not try to read. I can't read. I can't read it far away. That was. And second, I happen to live lots more in nature. So my contact with the sky and the nature, trees, open environment became a lot in that time because I would travel with Guruji and here and there. Earlier it would be very closed environment, and then when I my became with the nature, that's where my number reduced. This is my take, personal understanding. I just want your opinion about it.
uh, well, medically, somebody's number coming down is automatically, it's very difficult to explain. Uh, Allopathically speaking, uh, we believe that the numbers cannot come down automatically.
Yeah.
But yes, a couple of things like, sir, what you said was, spending outdoors time is very, very essential. In fact, we tell all the parents that 1 hour of outdoor activity in sun is the key to stop the progression of number.
Mm-hmm.
That is again, and then you said about eye strain. That was a very smart thing to do. What we request the kids especially is that taking a 2 minutes break every half an hour if they are doing any concentrated near work, whether it is watching a screen or reading constantly or staying indoors. So I believe your outdoor activities, your much healthier lifestyle with terms of, I'm sure that you're eating a lot of raw also, because that is what SSY teaches us, and those things also must have helped a lot.
Yeah, so raw food, not really lots. I always followed. They say we recommend 50%, and I have kept more or less 30 to 50%. If it is available, I'll eat 50%. Otherwise, I'll eat 30% at least. That raw. I mean, for me, one bite cooked and one bite of a carrot, which I have never eaten carrot in my entire life prior 25 years, first 25 years. Now I eat. I 90% I don't eat a meal without the carrot, so that Probably that's why we made that rhyme. Carrot, carrot, carrot. What color are you? But this is one thing. Then I also heard, I not heard, I read Louis Hay book. And I tell this to almost every single person who has some eye issue and having specs and all that. If you have any eye problem, check in your life. What is it that you don't want to see in your life, whether in your own self or outside? Like, is it in relations, parents, anyway? What is it that you don't want to see? That is straight away eye issue will come there. And after you answer, I will say something on that.
Sir, I completely believe, I've attended the session that you can heal yourself,
Yeah.
session based on that. So, 2 years back, I wouldn't have, but after experiencing, amazing wow moments myself, I completely believe. So,
No,
uh,
so
yeah,
after that, in the last 3, 4 years, I can means even if someone puts a gun on me, I'll say it works because I myself have gone through a lot of eye issues in the last 3 years. Means suddenly it would start watering, and I used to wonder what it is. I showed it to one of our meditator doctor also. She said you put this, and she gave some eye drops. But I never liked to do the eye drops personally, but I did it, of course, and it helped me also. But the moment I caught in my mind, what is it that I don't want to see? What is it happening in my life I don't want to see, or I'm avoiding seeing, or I'm trying to run away from that situation? The moment I would come in touch with that and be okay with that, my eye watering would go, everything would just disappear almost within couple of hours. And it's happened even recently. Recently means I would say a few months back. I said, okay, what is it? Okay, okay, I'm at ease. So whenever I've seen that it has happened, it works like a miracle. So I'm just telling everyone. You can also check out with your people who come to you. The first question you can ask is, what is going on in your life you don't want to see? And you will find out very beautifully. They will share immediately to you that, okay, okay, this is happening. How do you know, doctor? They'll say.
do that. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. So, so this is about your journey and your treating 10,000 surgeries you have done. What is your experience in that? What's your learning in that, or whatever you want to share in that?
Uh, so, initially it was challenging to start with when, we start training and all, and, to visualize that we ourselves start doing it. But one vision I had always, and, I agree that visualization works. I used to visualize myself doing complex retinal surgeries when I started my training as a resident. And that suddenly came true. And getting into LB Prasad was very challenging. And I thought my CV was not great to get into. There were a lot of other people who had applied for. So I believe that visualization helped. And initially for surgeries, it was a difficult course. Later on, I started picking up skills, and surgery results started improving. My outcomes were fantastic, and there that somebodyness came in, and I had a very, I never used to say it aloud, but I used to feel that, I'm an amazing surgeon and I'm doing an awesome job, and this. And now, when I leave it to Guruji or the universe, I always tell my patient that, it's not me doing it. I'm a nobody. I actually use this word nowadays that I'm nobody. मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ. करने वाला वो ऊपर वाला ही है. And I'll give my best. And if the results are fantastic, which are there most of the times, still I tell them it is he who has done it. You need to thank him. And if the outcome has not been the way we wanted, we obviously try and we, reassure the patient. But once I've left it to him, my calmness during surgery has improved drastically. Like just for yesterday, I was, I do this thing, segment intending just before I start my OT. And yesterday I was operating a lady who had very high numbers for cataract. And one eye we had done last week, her numbers had completely gone. So she was expecting the same results in the other eye. And this case had something challenging, unusual about it. When we started, we suddenly realized, because I and my wife, we both were there. And but I had visualized the outcome before the surgery started. So I was very calm. I was very sure that this outcome is going to be good. And I had to think out of the box and do everything. And after the surgery went over, my wife was a bit concerned, but I told her, let the patient come back. Within a week, the patient is going to be absolutely be fine. And actually, today she came 1 day post-operatively. She was able to read 95% without glasses. So, and this has happened so many times. I was telling Kusum Didi also during the ISP class that around 10 days back, we had operated a patient with a very, very advanced stage disease, and surgery went fine. But evening, his recovery was slow. And day 4, he comes. Again, I had visualized that he comes in, he starts reading, he's very happy. We are very happy. And suddenly the swelling is gone. He's reading very nicely. And 7 days later, he gets his mother-in-law to get operated with us.
Wow.
So there are so many such cases. I can just keep on going. So visualization and works so well. And what you say, sir, that we need to be in vibration with the universe.
Yeah.
Once that stage reaches, I don't know. I'm not even judging myself whether I'm doing that or not. I'm just enjoying the process. But I believe in that state, it is going to be the patient's responses are going to be wow.
No, but Rohit, as you said, that actually everything is visualization. Everything. See, the funny part is the science or the medical field. They treat the body like an object, or like a machine. Okay, this works, this works, this works. So if we were to treat it holistically, like you are doing, then of course, it is fantastic. The medical science has done fantastic work in its own. I remember that dentist when I went first time and now I go. I mean, world of a difference in all eyes or this thing. It is fantastic, but you can't just be single dimensional. Like if you are nothing wrong in it, but you are just treating the body as from one dimension. There is so many dimensions of the body which we need to see, and if you can involve all the 5 tattvas, Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash, all the tattvas you're looking at it. Like I saw this pamphlet which you made, it's so beautiful, which shows like I say health. You have spoken, I mean, although you being a eye surgeon, this whole pamphlet is more about uh, holistic health, like if anyone reads this thing, they will not know that you're an eye surgeon. They will say you're a proper doctor, holistic doctor in all aspects. So for what we say is health equals to a combination of food, exercise, thoughts, beliefs, and consciousness, vibration. In other words, food is obvious, which I'll ask you to share. Then I'll ask you to share about exercise means the Annamai Kosh, that is food, Pranamai Kosh, which is exercise and yogasanas, and this way, and pranayam. Then the Manomai Kosh, which is related to the mind, that means related to thoughts. Vijnanamai Kosh, which is related to intellect, which is related to belief systems. And Anandamai Kosh, which is related to the bliss body, which is related to the I am nobody, or consciousness, or vibration, or whatever you call it, pure spirit, pure energy. So can you just share one by one, if you, this thing, the food part first, then the pranamai kosh, and then we take it from there. Yeah. Since, I mean, although you're an eye surgeon, no doubt, but your pamphlet says otherwise in everything, that way. Yeah.
Sir, when I am going to redo the pamphlet,
Yeah.
the main part is going to come first, because I've realized that is the most important thing now.
Which one?
The mind part. The
Yeah.
last in which I have taken from, I found the gratitude therapy and the the pre-ped and the post-ped gratitude and the 4 mantras you taught us was absolutely, that is the maximum thing I practiced. With the food part, the first thing I would like to share is, before I turned vegan and got into the whole food plant-based diet concept, I was a typical, a vegetarian completely, but I was a chatora. So I used to love chaat, street food, and I still love that. I still enjoy it. But one of my other colleagues, Dr. Kumta, introduced me to the concept of whole food plant-based diet and how he had become a strict person following this kind of a concept. And I saw that I lost 12 to 15 kgs when I just shifted myself to whole food plant-based diet. And I was eating 6 to 8 mangoes in a day because that was the summer season during the lockdown when I shifted completely. And I was eating so much amount of, sprouts and all, but I was still losing weight. I was gaining strength by doing simple exercises. So just shifting to a more, whole food, not the processed food, and having consuming more vegetables, fruits, and sprouts makes a huge difference. And then we prescribe this. We just had a discussion with patient. We didn't do anything else. We told the patients, our diabetic eye disease patients, to change a few things. And within a week, quite a few patients called me up and said, doc, we are stopping the insulin. We are cutting down on medications. Or, one patient came and, he actually showed his pants that, I've lost 3 inches out of it. So,
Beautiful.
yeah. So that way, and that time my wife suggested that, we pen it down and
Your wife is also a doctor?
yeah, she's an eye transplant surgeon. She's a cornea specialist. So we practice together.
Okay, maybe she can share at the second half if she's around.
No, she's a visiting doctor also in another hospital, so she's over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is
So
about food. Now about pranamay kosh, which includes yogasanas, pranayam, exercise, and all these, and exercise, it includes, like I say, even in exercise, it's a combination of stamina, strength, flexibility, and the breath work, the combination of all this.
sir, my knowledge about nutrition is in depth but physical exercises is limited. But a few things which I tell my patients is that they follow an exercise regimen which allows them to do at least 15 to 20 minutes of workout every day. And second thing is there is a concept known as nitric oxide dump, which includes exercise of your pelvic muscles and shoulder muscles. And this is something like doing non-jumping jacks or squats in a particular fashion. Nitric oxide dump has been demonstrated in thousands of videos on YouTube, so anybody can search that. It's an exercise which one can do 1.5 hours post meal, and that time the sugar level drops without taking any medication. So it can replace one medication for a diabetic patient if nitric oxide dump is done. It's an anti-gravity exercise.
I think I've heard about it. Like Vijay is asking that, you can share it in context with the eyes also. So people will get the connection.
Yeah, so I see a lot of systemic diseases affecting the eyes. So with exercise, diabetes, blood pressure, when they get controlled, the eye disease also gets controlled. So that helps me a lot with healing also. Then I also treat a lot of inflammatory eye diseases, autoimmune conditions, when our own immunity starts attacking our tissues. So we know it famously with skin diseases, with arthritis, our own immunity is attacking our tissues. So something in the eyes also we call as ocular inflammation. So
So
when one,
when you have these autoimmune diseases,
yeah,
I was told and I read also that this chemical called interleukin
yes,
is
yes,
the one, and it costs some $8,000, like crazy amount for one whole course.
right, right.
$8,000 means it's more than how many lakhs of rupees, that way. So interleukin, am I right? That's what I want to know.
Yes, sir, you're right, sir. Interleukin therapy is there. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is a remedy for autoimmune diseases. That's so. But also interleukin can be released by the brain on its own also. When you are happy and when you are very, very thrilled with life, interleukin is released free of cost.
Absolutely agree with you, sir. Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah. So then when we want to release interleukin, like Dr. Deepak Chopra, he gives this example. I heard it first time about him from him only, that a child who is going through a this, Disneyland, up and down, and he's super excited. He's releasing interleukins, and other people have to go to get them injected and paying 40 lakh rupees, just for a whole course. Can you expand on that?
Sir, absolutely. What I have realized, prior to being associated with SSY and now, is that uh, if our stress levels are down, when we are actually happy most of the times, then the recovery is much more faster. In fact, this one thing every doctor will agree: if the patient is happy, the recovery and the healing is much more faster than the patient who is tensed or the patient who is complaining. Or if the patient has simple thing, what you teach us about gratitude. If the patient has gratitude for the entire medical team, I have somehow seen these patients who are having gratitude, they are much more calmer, they have a lot of faith, and their faith works, their recovery is very fast. And
Absolutely.
the other way, if somebody has, for some or the other reason, I'm not blaming that patient at all.
Right.
The patient must have had some bad experience or some reason why he's doubting our treatment. But those patients are not regular in follow-ups. They may not be compliant with the whole process, and their outcomes are also very different than the ones who have gratitude.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you that the brain's natural chemicals, and again the your hormones, what you discussed, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, those when you have taken in your joy shops, I completely agree with them. So what a lot of us do.
तो विजय ने बताया कि बीच बीच में हिंदी भी बताओ, तो आई आल्सो फॉरगेट, तो थैंक यू विजय फॉर रिमाइंड. तो
पोस्टर में हम लोगों ने हिंदी लिखा है, तो इसमें बोला स्पेसिफिक.
नहीं, हिंदी में बात करिए, कोई बात नहीं.
बिल्कुल. तो वो हम लोग हार्मोन्स की बात करते हैं, जो मैंने डेसो उसका वो रखा हुआ है शॉर्ट फॉर्म. आप बता.
एग्जैक्ट.
हाँ. तो वो चीजें बहुत जरूरी है, वो एकदम सिंपल वे है. हम लोग को इतने, और ये जो दवाइयां हम लेते हैं उसके अपने साइड इफेक्ट्स.
राइट.
तो वही है कि मतलब जो मैं जब एक सिंपल चीज कहूंगा, SSY हमारे लिए अवेलेबल है ओनली फॉर 2500 रुपीज. और मैं पेशेंट को बोलता हूँ, आप मेरे कंसल्टेशन के लिए आते हो, आप मेरे पास में सब टेस्ट कराते हो, आप दवाइयाँ लेते हो, उसमें आपका उससे 2 बार ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है. आप सिंपल SSY तो पहले करके देखिए 10 दिन.
राइट.
और मैं उनको बोलता हूँ उसके लिए मेरी गारंटी है, मैं उसका पैसा वापस करूंगा आपको. मेरे ट्रीटमेंट का मैं आपको दैट इज उसमें परसेंटेजेस आएंगे कि कितने जन ट्रीट होते हैं, कितना जन बेटर होते हैं. SSY की मैं गारंटी देता हूँ, लेकिन आपको 10 दिन अटेंड करना है. मैं आपके टीचर को पूछूंगा, आपने अगर 10 दिन अटेंड किया है, आपको बेनिफिट नहीं मिला, आप आके मेरे से पैसा लेके जाना.
ब्यूटीफुल.